Hello everyone, this is Cookies, and I think I've got turn 5 of the second round of Lucid's tournament. We've got a fair number of little battles here. Let's go ahead and dive into them. So first up, we've got the Satis Dragon. Motherfucking snakes. It's Earth 5. Lots of protection, should do just fine against this pretty bad indie complement. Although it ate a lot of heavy infantry strikes there. It's got a limp. Alright. So it does pretty well there. Then we've got Man with a ping on a heavy cav province, worth doing. We've got Marignan with the Royal Guard and the Merc, who's been doing Gift of Cheated Fate. It's a lot of heavy infantry. Oh, she ran in. Okay. That seems intentional, like he was killing off the Merc before someone else could bid on her. But I'm not sure. It could have also just been a scripting error. So the Merc is gone, and then the Royal Guards did pretty well. Next up, we've got Agartha. Wait, yeah. So we've got the Dracolich out and about in its natural habitat, scaring away humans. Okay. Did pretty well there. Then we've got Atlantis, the Black Dragon. Alright, does pretty solid there. The expanders are out in full force. We've got Marignan with a Virtue expansion. Also not in its Dominion, so clearly does not care that much about that. Alright. Pretty neat. Then we've got Satis in small c. Using the Ichthid Mercs. Oh, these are mermen. They'll do just fine. Underwater fights can be pretty swingy, but mermen are real bad. Okay. And then we've got Agartha in Roka. This is a lot of Cave Knights. This seems like a double expansion where maybe he tends to split up after this battle, depending on how it goes. Looks like he's lost the rider for one. Am I just not seeing the highlight? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so he's still got both. One of them did get hurt, though. So loses 2 of the Cave Knights. Pretty heavy price to pay for these independents. In Sulkar against Man, or with Man, we've got the Thrice Horned Boar. should have no issues here. Okay. Then in Walnut Woods, we've got the cat, also against some pretty easy indies. Across the board doesn't seem like an incredible number of tough indies on the map, unless people are saving them. There we go. So the cat does just fine. Then we've got Atlantis in Midland. So we've got the Maceman Mercs. And then we've got Ice Guard over here on the left, and a few Seal Hunters, fewer this time. But the Ice Guard are also mixed in with some of the Sacreds. Are the Sacreds blessed? I guess it doesn't matter. Maceman Mercs get a really awkward contact on the heavy infantry. Alright, but that battle goes well. They do lose 11 Macemen, though. But with the other stuff there, they should be able to go for a couple more provinces, hopefully. And we've got Pyrene. A Holy One. Oh, but we've also got the Prophet here. This is their Cavalry Bless. Alright. So it loses a few of the humans, but the Sacred Knights did just fine. And we've got Satis. A ping on a... Nope, not a ping. We are Assassin expanding again. And picked a pretty good province for it. Gets rid of some heavy cav. So that's down here with Tianchi. We've got some Ancestor vessels moving against some heavy infantry. That went pretty well. Only lost 9 of the footmen, but all the Ancestor vessels did just fine. With Patala, we've got this formation that we've been seeing from them. As a reminder, here's the bless for them. Shock Res, Fire Res, the pen bonus, and larger. An early rout on the Venara squad. That's unfortunate because it took the Sacreds with them too. So the Independents are actually going to hold here. That was fairly unlucky, I think. Yeah, I would hope that the Venara infantry would hold a little bit longer, especially with Naga warriors in their squad. And then man. Oh, we've got a few more knights, tower knights added in. But this province looks pretty easy, just infantry. Oh, this guy's isolated. The fire and keep distance works for a change. They do rout all the commanders. Cut off some of the retreating troops. Alright. And let's say they lost 2 long spears, maybe 1 tower knight. So, and then here's my poor Budge province. Alright, let's see. So, how is expansion going? So we'll start with Man today. Man's got 6 provinces. They've set a border taking this cave entrance and the swamp. They've had a border set by Agartha, though, and by Marignan. Marignan's taken the full border from Man. I think what Man wants to do is run down here and grab this full border, which the only other option for doing that was here on the Marignan side. So, but yeah, the Dracolich and the Virtue both expanding towards Man is pretty bad for Man. They're going to get hemmed in pretty hard here. All right, but otherwise their expansion's going pretty well. With Pyrene, we're up to 3. This new party should be able to continue expanding. But it is turn 5. I think by turn 5 you'd usually hope to see a second expansion party ready to go. And I'm not seeing more of the knights in the defense here. Okay, so maybe Pyrene's struggling a little bit. So we're at 3 there. Agartha has set a border with them. They've taken this middle one. So for Pyrene to get a favorable border, they're going to have to hit both of these. All right, and then we've got Agartha, who's at 3, 6, 7, 8 provinces. Just gangbusters expansion. They still haven't claimed any cave entrances, but I think they should be able to triple expand next turn. So maybe they'll go to Obakti, or they'll go here, secure this cave entrance. This group might head down and try to beat this. Dracolich, I mean, or it could go up, and then the Dracolich can also focus on taking some more border provinces. But yeah, Agartha's doing very well with 8 provinces on turn 5. Cave Knights are pretty good for that type of expansion. Let's go up from them. We've got Atlantis. Atlantis is at 5 on turn 5. They did have, I think that they were one of the ones that, I forget if it was them or someone else that had the close call, because we've got the 2 black dragons. But 5 on turn 5 with an expander, I feel, is a little slow. They did have a failed expansion last turn, so they did get Midland this turn. But they should... Ooh, we could have a Pretender bump off in this swamp, because they don't see each other, and they might be trying to secure border provinces. Okay. So that could get really interesting. But this group should be able to continue expanding. If they do go here, they do risk bumping the Dracolich, which they also would not know about. If they bumped both and lost both, that would be a disaster. For Patala, let's see, they're at 3 provinces. pretty unlucky route that they just had in the last battle trying to secure this cave here. Could see the Dracolich moving in there, seeing the very low scouting report. In which case you'd probably bump this stuff again and kill it as well. They did pick up heavy crossbowmen mercs. So they should be rolling out a new expansion party to take their cap circles soon. And then we've got Tianchi. Tianchi's at 6 provinces. If I remember right, they did have a close call with their cat. The Ancestor vessels should be able to continue expanding either way. It would be aggressive for Atlantis to move into their zone, so I think it should be safe either way. And then, depending on if the cat bumps or not, it could also go up to like Forest of Gila. Go ahead and take that. That should be a pretty safe expansion as well. Another thing for me to check will be to see if anyone's... It's a bit early to start doing forts. I'll check that for that in a couple of turns. So next up we've got Satis. So they're at 6, 7, 8 provinces. They've already started setting some borders. And up here. So 3 of the contested regions, at least for Map Nuke. They should... If it's mainly Habideers, I would think they might be able to take this. This looks takeable for that. Maybe they want a few more. Well, we do see some assassinations, so we can watch those. Okay. All right, so they are assassin expanding this, so I would expect them to take this soon. All right. Who else had assassin? I think it was Marignan, right? I don't see any of the little shadowy figures this turn. So maybe they were relocating this turn. But yeah, Marignon's at 3, 6, 9. So they've gone completely gangbusters with the Virtue. The Virtue's been expanding outside of Dominion, which is very helpful. They've set the border with Man. They've taken one of the provinces near Satis. And I would expect more to come shortly. It looks like they've still got options for expansion for the Virtue and their expansion party and their assassins. The only thing that, because they've taken their full cap circle, this new party, when it's ready to roll out, is going to have to maybe walk for a turn. I don't think they have the movement speed. It's these guys. Yeah, they're map move 8, so they'll have to move out and then go somewhere. And then we've got Calum with 3. Oh, they've also got an expander. Okay, I forgot about that. Although they're not super expanding. So the next party is gonna be Earthbounds. Okay. I think that was most of it. So right now, I believe we've got Marignon and Agartha kind of pulling ahead in expansion. Yeah, I mean, this Virtue's been very impressive. I've seen a lot of talk about the Virtue, but I've never seen it in action, but it's really been going ham. Looking forward to seeing some more, especially maybe, I wonder, they seem to have gotten fortunate that no one's expanding towards them either. So Marignon truly could have impressive expansion. For instance, Man also took an expander, but everyone's expanding towards him. Marignon's been fortunate that everyone's expanding away, so it would be very easy for Marignon to have the best expansion. Or maybe even like a borderline full expansion. And then we've got Agartha here. The only one expanding kind of towards them is Pyrene, but they'd have to go fight a bunch of barbarians, which I don't know that they're going to want to do. Satis did a little bit, but I don't know that Satis is... I don't know that these Ichthids are really heavy competition for these two indie provinces. They'll probably backtrack. So yeah, very interesting. We should get... so while some nations are struggling, I don't... with expanders, there is a lot of potential for rushes. So that'll be interesting. And do I get to see blesses here? Okay, so here's Man's Bless, Shock Res, Natural Protection, Mountain Survival. We've got Undying for Agartha. There's probably a sleepy component to this. No, because they're an Awake Dracolich. Never mind. Marignon is attack skill, fire, or shock res, fire res, leadership, and inspirational. Calum is death weapons, poison resistance. Patala is shock res 10, fire res 5, the pen bonus larger. Tianchi is natural protection plus 5 and unaging. Satis is reinvigoration plus 2. Pyrene is shock res, poison res, undying plus 10, strength plus 3, enchanted blood, and 2 points of heroism. And Atlantis is natural protection plus 5. So a lot of natural protection. Only 1 cavalry bless. A lot of light resistance blesses. And a lot of expanders. So very interesting game. I've never seen a game quite like this, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes and seeing if the expanders try to play it fast with a rush as well. All right, I think that's it for this turn. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next turn. Have a good one. Bye.